Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Bright. This is the Bright Show Podcast Boxing, and here are 3 reasons why Joseph Parker beats Fabio Wardley easily. Number 1, Andy Lee. Look, I don't think Andy Lee gets enough credit for the type of coach that he is. I think he's an incredible coach. He comes from a fantastic boxing pedigree. I mean, he comes from the Kronk gym. He's been a world champion himself. He knows boxing in and out. And I think he's been a massive advantage to Joseph Parker, because prior to Andy Lee, the Joseph Parker that I was watching, that I believe we were watching, was very timid. It seems as though he wouldn't let his hands go, whether he knew or he didn't know how to do it. He just wouldn't do it. And Joseph Parker was very frustrating to watch. And if you like Joseph Parker, you know that he's got the attribute, right? He's got the height. He's got the footwork. Joseph Parker has got hand speed. He's one of the fighters with the quickest hands in the division. But for some reason, Joseph Parker was not maximizing his physical potential. And of course, his boxing ability was also not being maximized. So I think before Andy Lee, Joseph Parker was not that of a complete fighter. And then he met with Andy Lee, George Lockhart, I believe that's the team. But Andy Lee in particular is such a good coach that he has been able to bring Joseph Parker out of his shell, give him the ability to use those tools, the jab, the quick hands, the footwork, the boxing ability, because Joseph Parker is a former world champion. He knows what he's doing. He's got the ability. He's done it. And I think what Andy Lee has done is he's given Joseph Parker that extra boost, that, boxing know-how, that ability, and when to attack, when to sort of take rounds off and really be very smart in the ring. And I think if Joseph Parker is going to win this fight, I think Andy Lee being in his corner, being his coach, is something that is going to benefit him very, very well. Now, one thing that really impresses me about Andy Lee is his work in the corner. He's very calm. He's very relaxed. If you look at his corner and if you listen very carefully, the advice that he gives is very straightforward, not too much information. He always knows how to keep his fighter calm and collected and cool in the corner. And I think that is a mark of a very, very good coach. And then, of course, when he needs to G his fighter up, he knows how to do it. So look, Andy Lee, coming from that Kronk gym, has been a massive help for Joseph Parker. And I believe is one of the reasons why Joseph Parker will beat Fabio Wardley very easily. Number 2, world level experience. Joseph Parker is the most experienced fighter Fabio Wardley will face or has faced yet. And I believe that should count for something, because Joseph Parker has been a world champion. He's fought some incredible names in the division: Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang, Dillian White. He's been there, done that. Andy Ruiz. So Joseph Parker knows what he's doing. The experience that Joseph Parker is bringing into the ring in this fight, he should be able to beat Fabio Wardley very easily. This fight should not be competitive. We saw Fabio Wardley versus Justice Hooney, and I don't think Justice Hooney is on the level of Joseph Parker. And we saw what exactly Justice Hooney did to Fabio Wardley. And I think Joseph Parker can even do much better than that, because he's got the experience. I think where Justice Hooney went wrong is that he could not keep his concentration for the whole of the 12 rounds. And I think Joseph Parker has been into a lot of 12-round fights. He's been stopped before. He's won 12-round decisions before. So I think he will use that experience in this fight to be able to know how to go about doing things, to then take rounds off when he needs to, but also mount the attack that he needs to keep Fabio Wardley off of him, because Wardley would be dangerous. But I think what Hooney could not do, I think Joseph Parker would be able to do, because Joseph Parker has fought on a world level. He's gained that experience, whereas Justice Hooney had not fought on a world level, did not have the experience. I think Justice Hooney is European, maybe just above European level at best. And we saw the way he boxed in that fight. So I think Joseph Parker just has that extra experience that he needs to be able to nullify the potential and the risk that Fabio Wardley will bring in this fight. And then number 3, newfound confidence. Look, after Joseph Parker got knocked out by Joe Joyce, I thought he was done. Seriously, I sit here, I hold my hands up. I did not expect Joseph Parker to come back the way he did. But of course, it goes back to my first point about Andy Lee, because I think Andy Lee revived Joseph Parker's career. I think Andy Lee gave Joseph Parker this new confidence, this new swag, this new way of fighting, coming out of his shell and really putting his foot on the gas and really letting his hands go and looking for the knockout, right? And that is with the Kronk style. You need to get that knockout. You need to go out there, you need to win, and you need to look good winning. And I think Joseph Parker has now been able to stand in that confidence that he's gained. And I think he believes in his heart that when he gets in that ring, he can knock every fighter out. And I think if Andy Lee was in Joseph Parker's corner in that first fight against Anthony Joshua, I think Joseph Parker would have had a better performance. Because the confidence that he has now, if he had that in that first Joshua fight, he would have done better. And he didn't, because I think he was very timid. He didn't let his hands go. He didn't want to get hit. And I think he was just happy to be there because he was fighting Joshua. He was massive star and he was getting paid. So I think he just wanted to be there. But I think Parker now, with his newfound confidence, with his way of fighting, with the fact that he goes on the attack very, very carefully, and with the fact that he's got the boxing ability to back the confidence, I think Joseph Parker is a very dangerous fighter. I think he knows that he hits not as hard as some fighters in the division, but I think he hits hard enough to gain the respect of his opponents. And I know that when he gets the respect of his opponents, he knows that he can capitalize on that. So look, this newfound confidence, this new way of fighting for Joseph Parker, which for a long time ago, a lot of people, including myself, have been calling Joseph Parker to be more aggressive, to get on the front foot, to let his hands go, and to get on the attack. He's doing that now, and that is, as I said, being instilled in him by Andy Lee and the team. And I think that makes him very, very dangerous. And I think that is one of the reasons why Joseph Parker will beat Fabio Wardley very easily. You guys get in the comment section and let me know what you think about the things I have discussed in this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. And also, guys, I have done 3 reasons why Fabio Wardley knocks Joseph Parker out. And you can watch that video right now on your screen right here.